Lovelies, looking for a stylish protective style this winter for your little treasure? Well, look no further. I have this style for you. Keep watching to see how I create this braided, twisted mohawk. To achieve this look, I start out on clean, deep conditioned hair. I like to section the hair into 3 large sections for this style while I'm combing through the deep conditioner. The deep conditioner provides a lot of slip and makes the hair more manageable and easier to part. So, tying away the top 2 sections, I take down the back section and part it in half. I like to start in the back and work my way forward. Starting in the back allows me to gather my thoughts and get the sizing right before I begin to work on the front. I'm going to start on the bottom right section, so I twist away the left side to keep it out of the way. After deciding how many braids I want in this section and how large I want the braids to be, I begin the parts. Now, this section will be on a diagonal going up, but you could easily change the look by having them go straight across. If you really like this style but have some different ideas, you could always switch it up by making the braids smaller. You could have more than 3 sections, do swoopy parts like lemonade braids. All the different variations will give you different looks, but the basic idea is still the same. Once I'm no longer cornrowing the hair or the hair is no longer being braided to the scalp, I'd like to change it from a braid to a twist. I really like the way the rope twists puff up after a day or so, and the takedown is much easier than a bunch of small braids. So to make the change, I simply divide the 3rd strand of the braid in half and apply each half to each of the other sections. So to get the beaded braids to hang down, I will braid some braids away from the center of each section. So to keep me neat and organized in my mind, I will have the top braid of the right section braided down and away from the center, and the bottom braid on the left sections braided down and away from the center. And those will get beads. Now this child loves purple, so she always has some variation of purple beads. Now onto the middle section. Again, I parted down the center, and this time I started on the left side. That means the bottom braid will be braided away from the center and have beads applied. So the main bottom section, I had the braids going up on a diagonal, and the center section will have the braids going straight across. I like to have each section's braids go in a different direction to really emphasize those big, large sections. Now you can leave these twists down or out even for a more traditional mohawk look, but I really like the edgy look of the bantu knots. So to achieve these little bumps, I wrap 2 or 3 of the twists around the ponytail, alternating the way I wrap each time. Now I would suggest securing it with a bobby pin, but my little munchkin does not like them, so I always end up rewrapping them every morning. Now to the top. I already braided and beaded 2 braids away from the center. To create some interest in the front, I decided to go with crossover braids, but you could make zigzags or some type of pattern that suits you. So it's a very simple design and it adds a lot of dimension to her style. Now to achieve the crossover, I sectioned out enough hair for 2 braids. And for more defined parts, I usually use a metal tail rat tail comb, but of course I could not find it until her hair was all done. But we work with what we got. Then I like to divide the section into 2. The long way, I take one of the sections and divide it into 2. The short way, secure half of it away. And then I take the other long section and divide it in half at the same point and secure the opposite side away. I apply my edge control and then I braid. Now, when dealing with my baby's hairline, I am very gentle. I know it looks fast and rough, but that's just because I sped this up. So I often apply edge control to the parts before braiding. My children have very soft hair, so the style looks fuzzy after a day or so, and it really helps minimize the frizz. Well, some. Now this is what I was mentioning earlier about transitioning from a braid to a twist. I braid a few times off the scalp and then I divide that third strand in half and add half to each of the other 2 strands. And then I twist. Now I gather all the twists braided towards the center of the section and secure them with a rubber band. Then I wrap 2 or 3 twists around the ponytail, making a little China bump. And this is the finished product. This style will last her about a week. It's a great protective style for little girls. My little girls love the colorful beads and not having to get their hair done every 2 to 3 days. The beads are so pretty. What color are they?
Purple.
Purple.
Gray.
And gray. Good.
And more purple and more gray.
And more purple and more gray. Very good.
And a lot went away. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this style, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.